I'm really enjoying the interaction that we're now having at geeks.pirillo.com. It's only been around for, well, just like how many days? Like one, two, three, like 3 or 4 days now, and membership is going strong. It's nice to see another side to the people that I would normally only interact with either through email or in the chat room at live.pirillo.com. Some people who've just recently, been leaving blog comments on my blog at chris.pirillo.com. This is really a chance. This community is a chance for a lot more interaction. And part of the interaction at geeks.pirillo.com is contingent on building groups of geeks. And I really define a geek not as just someone who's interested in technology like I am, but just someone who's just passionate about one thing in their life, or maybe several things in their lives. Ponzi is a scuba geek, and I think she says she's a scuba geek. Well, I call her a scuba geek. She's really into it. She's already posting videos of her scuba experience as she's learning about it on the website. She's enjoying it, and she's not a tech geek at all, not an internet geek. Doesn't live on the internet all day and all night like I do, but she is interested, like I'm interested, in seeing more about you and knowing what things you're interested in beyond what we may talk about in the videos, what we may talk about in the chat room, and part of it is building a group. Well, we've got a few guidelines, some code of conduct, rules and regulations regarding group activity, especially if you're going to start a group. There's some things you really need to know, and so I wanted to detail them for you. And I'm sure this list is going to go well beyond what I'm going to mention in the video. I've got 10 tips. There's been that many groups created already at geeks.pirillo.com, and we expect plenty more. That's for sure. Number 1, search for a group keyword before you start your own. That's number 1. Number 1. We don't want like 47 iPhone groups, okay? Otherwise, you're splitting the community instead of uniting it. If you've already started a group, you might want to go back and see if you can merge with another. Splitting the community is usually pretty counterproductive. And I know there are going to be issues that are going to arise with ego and sensibility, and people are going to step on other people's toes, but I'm just saying, can't we all just get along? I know that's cliche, but it's really true. And part of that is, we realize that we all like something the same, or like the same thing. Then we could all belong to the same group. It doesn't really matter who's leading it, because ultimately the community is leading it. As a group owner and administrator, it's your job. It is your responsibility as someone who started it to guide it. Part of that is starting out on the right foot to make sure a group that exists for that keyword or affinity doesn't already exist. Number 2, create a group if you believe a group is worth creating. Otherwise, you're wasting space and time with the effort, and wonder why nobody wants to join or participate. Why? Think about that. I mean, if it's so micro-targeted, then unless you can draw plenty of people to be active in that group, well, what's the point of starting it? I'm just being honest, okay? I know we got a growing group of geeks with a variety of topics. The Girl Geeks group is one to watch out for, let me tell you. They are strong. And there's also, what was the Childhood Memories group? What was that? I love that one. There's only like 30 members, but it's so active because we're posting like YouTube videos in the thread. That's geeky, but it has nothing to do with technology, but it's geeky. Maybe I think it's geeky. But the idea is that these groups were created because they appeal to a wide variety of geeks, or potentially a group of geeks that isn't already spoken for here at this particular community website. Number 3, fill that group with useful content. Dedicate time out of your day to post news links, start discussions, embed videos, audio, widgets, photos related to the group's shared interests. That's your group. If you took the time to start it, see it through. If you just leave it out there to just die, well, then don't start it. It's going to take dedication. You can't just create a group just to say that you created a group. That's pointless. You are the leader of that group. Act like one. You are basically giving yourself responsibility. And yes, as administrators, site administrators for this community at geeks.pirillo.com, we're kind of testing the waters with your responsibility level. Just think about it that way too. Number 4, turn on the RSS reader, and that's what it's called when you set up a group at geeks.pirillo.com. Turn on the RSS reader and include an RSS feed to automatically populate the group with relevant content. If you don't know what an RSS feed is, you're not a computer geek. It's basically a file that will be populated with all the latest posts from a particular website. So I created a group that I intend on maintaining. It's a coupons group. So if you go and search for groups, or just search for coupons on geeks.pirillo.com, the coupons group is going to pop up. You can join it. But in there, I included a feed with all the latest daily coupons. And I even set it up. I said, if you guys have a request for a coupon, just join the group, add a discussion thread saying what kind of coupons you're looking for, and the community will come to your rescue. Trust me, I'm going to be watching that, as are some of my coupon-y friends. Number 5, use a website relevant to the group, not your personal one. And I've seen a couple of people do this, and I haven't really called them out on it. But if you're, well, okay, for instance, I've seen a group for Scrubs, and I love the show. I love Scrubs. And I was wondering, why didn't they use the website that's relevant to the show? It should be the official website. I know Scrubs has already got, a community website. They're doing their own thing. But yeah, we can have our own fan club of Scrubs here, right? But as long as we're giving credit where credit's due, that's the thing. We're not going to pirate content. You don't want to do that across anything that you're doing, because that's just going to get you in trouble and potentially us in trouble if you're posting things that you shouldn't be posting. That's this. Got to mention that in there too, and that's part of the responsibility of being a group administrator. Number 6, spamming the link to it is a bad idea. Let it grow organically, and there's some caveats to this. Find friends outside the Geeks network to join, and you're likely to see membership flourish. Think about all the other communities and groups on the web that you're involved in. Tell them about it there, it being the group that you've made on geeks.pirillo.com. It's your chance to lead a group related to your passion. That's what makes you a geek. Now, I've seen a couple people do this really the right way. In their group, they'll have initiated a thread, and they will take the time to post something different to the forum, asking a question saying, hey, I just created a new thread in my group asking this particular question. If you're interested, take a look. Here's why I think it's important. So they spend the time not just initiating the thread in their group, but initiating a call to action in the general forum, because they think it's that important. They're doing it the right way. Absolutely doing it the right way. And I think it's Jennifer. She started I think it's a photographers group, something for photography. I can't remember right offhand, but she's doing it the right way. She's taking the time to pay attention to the group, and she's calling attention to it in the right way. Nothing about it feels spammy, draws me in every time. And if something draws me in, that's a good call to action. It well constructed, good. She remembered her pugs. Remember punctuation, usage, grammar, spelling, very important. Remember your pugs in everything that you do anywhere on the internet. I'm serious about that. That's the English teacher in me. Number 7, if I join the group, please add me as an admin for your group. Right now, there's a shortcoming in the system that won't allow me to do certain things inside a group. I have to be made admin. I'd rather not ask you to be admin, but if I do, please pay attention to what's going on, because what's going to happen if you accidentally leave, you're gone for a while, something happens, I need to pick up administration, or the administration needs to be transferred. Right now, I need to be made administrator to the group if I am a member of that group. So watch for it if I join your group, or ask. Number 8, my suggestion is a big suggestion here, is to turn off the ability for members to send messages to the entire group. That's an option in this particular community software. Spamming is going to dissuade people from coming back, not encourage them. Again, be responsible, okay? You guys, we're giving you an opportunity to be mature inside the community. We're giving you so many chances. I'm just such a big believer in personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your own actions. I'm going to give you every opportunity to succeed. And when you fail, we're going to give you some chances to redeem yourself. But ultimately, you keep doing it, if we keep having to correct you, you're going to lose those responsibilities. Number 9, if you're an administrator for a group, use spell check and shift key when appropriate. Remember, pugs. Nothing turns me off more than poor grammar, usage, punctuation, etc. I won't join a group that's led by someone who does not have command of his or her own native language. Even if English isn't your native language, that's fine, as long as you've got command of whatever language you speak, because I guess our community software supports multiple languages. I'll be interested to see which country takes over geeks.pirillo.com. I'm almost afraid, because I remember what happened to Orkut. Brazil ended up taking over Orkut, and a bunch of Brazilian geeks now rule that social platform. Maybe there are more Brazilian geeks out there we just haven't discovered yet. But as long as they have a command of the language, I'm good to go. Number 10, Keep it civil, especially as a group administrator. It's your responsibility to maintain balance and decorum. If you can't handle this responsibility, don't create a group. Now, the key word that I've mentioned over and over again is responsibility. You are essentially creating a subgroup of this geeks community or maybe any other community. We're giving you that responsibility. That is a privilege, not a right. It can be revoked at any time. Just be forewarned. That's a big caveat, okay? A privilege, not a right. It's your responsibility. So hopefully these guidelines, especially number one, searching for similar groups, that's going to be a big one for me, okay? Creating a silly group, not cool unless you can get like a ton of people to join and really be active, because otherwise you're just wasting space, time, and really my patience. So there you go. You've got the community website URL. That's at geeks.pirillo.com. Hope to see you there. Creating good groups, creating useful content, being a productive part of this community. You're welcome to email me, chris@pirillo.com at any point in time. Of course, if you have questions, I'm likely going to forward you back to the community because I don't have a lot of time in my day. I'm doing a lot of things, including finding things to keep you guys interested in the community. And today, it's going to be giving away an AMD Phenom processor, never been installed. We're giving this away because we hit 2,000 geeks registered at the website within a few days. I was kind of surprised. I was expecting a couple of weeks to pass by before having to give this away. The next giveaway is when we hit 5,000 geeks, we're giving away an iPhone. And then at 10,000 geeks, we're giving away $10,000 worth of software at least. And then, it'll continue to roll on and roll forward as time goes on. So we'll be doing a ton of giveaways in the future. Expect that. And just, building in incentive to be, want to stick around and not be a jerk that gets kicked out of the community, because that doesn't feel good. You want to belong, right? Even geeks. We don't want to belong, but we do want to belong. In the bottom of our hearts, we want to belong. We all want to belong. We're not looking for validation. We just want to belong to it. We want to feel like we're not alone. We don't owe it to anybody, to explain ourselves. We just want to belong. And this is a chance for you to belong. A chance for you to be someone who you've always wanted to be with other people, unless, of course, you're a jerk, in which case, talk to the hand. Really, you can talk to the hand. Not going to get very far because the hand doesn't even have an email address. But if you want to see the live video streaming out, I'm doing it 24 hours a day. You can see this angle, usually, in conjunction with the chat room here, all the time. That really, if you stop by and look right now, you're going to see something happening. And that's at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.